Hi, welcome to my tube. My name is Margie. I'm a Hale empath, and I like having these talks on the way I feel about things. I just got all red and blue in the respect. I look at that as polarity, negative, positive. I don't look at it as reindeer games made up, red, blue. We'll put a representation of a cute little animal on it and tell people that they're different things, but it's the circle of greed, yeah. And see, that's the thing is, there's an idea of how things were supposed to be, and then you have a lot of ego flarage, a lot of, oh, I got better ideas about things, that one person has for themselves and how things should be run because of who they are and their money, their property, and prestige. And all three of those things are made up reindeer games. The vibrations that are significant, that exist, are vibrations of love, gratitude, loyalty, perseverance, tenacity, vulnerability. These are all parts of aspects of our spirit that people have long forgotten. I have a belief system that there's a way that Turtle Island would have been had the oppressors, the colonists, come over and cooperated with my ancestors instead of took over with their swinging wieners. We got better ideas about things. Took land. Oh yeah, we're your friends. Here, drink some of this. Sign the dotted line. Took in our land, like that scene in Toys where they were testing rubber vomit and stuff like that, and the room kept getting smaller. That's what happened to my ancestors. Their area kept getting smaller, and for our own good. And then my mom's ancestors, my ancestors through her. Heck, she was born in 1950. All this gross stuff they've been doing for frickin' hundreds of years, with like the adoption system and stuff, taking them out of families and cutting all their hair and making them fit in and be just proper. And you know what the people are finding out? All those proper people are frickin' like satanic frickin' kid lovers. Yeah, that's what they're figuring out. I've been putting a lot of stuff together today. I saw Natalie, what's her name? She put a talk about the Nexium Part 2. And I'm like, how come ain't nobody bring up just the name of what it means? I mean, you take off the N, they're all Roman numerals. And there's so much in symbols and hiding behind that in plain day. And so it's the XIV is what is like, it's like they have someone broke it down as far as different codes and stuff, and one of the representations is I love Satan. I love Satan, all the bloodletting and all the, and you have extremists in every group, so if you have people that are playing dress up like this, they're doing the real deal, I even think about how come people aren't making the connections of, the chrome stuff, that the Peter Pan syrup elixir, making all these old people look young. You can look young, but you still ain't pretty without a soul. You need a soul to be pretty. And when people don't have souls, you can try all you want, all the money, all the plastic surgery, all the freaking talking in the world ain't gonna make you pretty. I just posted that video, TLC Unpretty. It's a good song. It's still poignant and very relevant, because these things come up in cycles. And I'm just trying to educate people because, man, there's the perverts. There's so many perverts out there. I worked at a university in Creighton University. It's a Jesuit university. Went into the quarters where all the priests live. I know that smell. I don't like it. Anyway, I take pictures with my mind, so I look at all the statues and the pictures on the wall and how they decorate, and everything's all hidden out in plain sight. Anyway, my boss in the IT department, they'd lock down the network security extra tight, because in Omaha, about a couple miles east of this university, they had the College World Series, and don't you know, big, rich, important men with their little teams. All teams are is like chess games. Dance, little dance, no, 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 no. Power, control freaks, making people go where they want to go and do what they want to do and do as I say, because don't you know who I am? Anyway, they like their little trophies, and sometimes those trophies are little kids. So they'd lock down my boss said it plain as day. Yeah, time to lock it down so the freaking sex traffickers and stuff don't use our networks for their stuff. You know, I mean, this is like, it's common knowledge. But but they also freaking pump so much money into the university, you know. It's and it's like, what master are you serving? What wolf are you feeding? What dog are you feeding? The light one or the dark one? The ego one or the spirit one? Because I hear and see a lot of people that, I am of the light, I'm of the light. Here, pay this much for my exclusive information. I'm here to tell you everything I know for fun and for free. I used to wish I had somebody to guide me, and along the way I found that the universe was putting people in my life of significance at the exact same time I needed them, to give me something to study, look up. I've learned a lot. I'm like an esoteric Sherlock Holmes. And I've been to places, you know. I'm not just reading about this shit in the books. I was at Offutt Air Force Base on 9/11 as Baby Bush taxied by. You got the salute. I stuck my arm out the window, the hangar door, because you couldn't, no in and out when you know, it's like, just the stupid rules. You get the rule makers that keep freaking making more rules to get the puppets to dance and to fill the jails and to cause confusion and stuff like that. And then it's like, those creepy pervs are fucking, you know, I mean, think about fraternities and universities. It's all based on freaking rituals, you know? And I gotta be careful. And with all this stuff, there's karma to repay. See, because I know the power of words. I know it. They're spells. Yeah, words are spells. Everything I say here, it's my line of thinking. Either people are gonna be in alignment with it, or I'm gonna trigger something in them that they're gonna need to address. You know, because everything that you find that you hate in the other, and I've hated people because they were dicks to me. But everything I hated in them, it was aspects of myself that I couldn't fucking stand about me. Arrogance, egotism. Benny's verifying that. He's like, I agree, Marge. I agree with you, Marge. Sometimes you're kind of a dick. That's how I know what a dick is, because I've been a dick. You know, I'm not being a hypocrite here. I'm not calling people out. I'm calling my own behavior out in people that I hate. Now the only reason why I recognize the evil, pervert, pedophile types is because I was raped when I was 10 months old. And when I was about 14, I got into some papers of the stuff that I was always never supposed to get into, and I actually read the police report, the sheriff report. See, the thing of it is, I don't trip on this stuff like that. Because on a cellular level, we evolve every 7 years. We're not even the same human being. So I'm not the same person that terrible account happened to, although my spirit, my endocrine, my energy field is. Because it's grown more in spirit and less in ego, I've really tuned in. So I know what evil feels like. It's actually absence of emotion. The psychopath, the people that can just watch people suffer in the street and tell themselves and convince themselves that you can't help them because you're just doing your job and your hands are tied. No, people have the power. I'm pretty sure overnight a city in DC changed its name, like recently, pretty much. Bureaucracy takes years and months to happen, but now it's like Black Lives Matters Avenue or some shit. See how quick change can be invoked, you know? I wonder what they're doing with that $80 million police facility they're building downtown in Salem. So I read an account because I don't read the news much. I don't, because I can feel what's going on, and it's an energetic dissonance. It's cognitive dissonance created within the individual, males and females, that haven't reconciled with the dominant energy in their body. So like men that have more feminine energy are freaking flipping the fuck out because they're denying it. They think it's weak, it's pussies, blah, blah, blah. So they're flaring in their masculinity. And women, or they're flaring in their masculine. It's an imbalance that people have. Or women are flaring in their masculinity and acting more aggressively and you know, all that stuff. I saw a little 69-year-old fucking 4-year-old lawyer chick, little redheaded chick, freaking spitting in a 17-year-old kid's face, because, you know, when people are that important, they don't have to control themselves, and more importantly, they don't know how. Because when people have always gotten what they've wanted, they don't know what discipline is. I haven't liked Mariah Carey since the 90s. When I heard at her concert, she needed, this is before they sold M&Ms like individual colors. Like people had to pick the colors apart, that she just wanted brown M&Ms or some shit. And I'm just like, what a dumb bitch. You're just making people do stupid jobs because of who you are, and that is a low vibrational frequency, and that's what people are figuring out. When you do dance, puppet dance, when you make people you know, put people through, you know, that's why I won't even sign up for shit, because I'm not going to go through it. I ain't gonna go through it. I ain't gonna go through the hoops and the beer. When you can go up to a window, you know, when the bros club just go up to a window and be like, hey man, I need this. Can you make it happen? Oh sure, let's just go over to the yard and we can use the, you know, they all fucking, what, you don't think they're not taking their freaking equipment home that they work with, and using projects at home and shit like that? You don't think that's happening? Happened in the Air Force. We had sergeants freaking taking Lidals over to, you know, their houses and freaking plug shit in and, you know, for parties. Fraud, waste, and abuse. It's who's in charge and however they feel. And you know, I was never welcome into the bros club. Maybe they should have welcomed me, because I have a photographic memory and I tell all of my stories about, oh, all of the years that I just saw fucking people be dicks to people. And these are all the paradigms that are falling down. And all the while, I've been studying psychology. I've also been tracking the patterns of astrology and how it impacts people's lives too. That too. And then I also tie it together with all of the scientific principles that I learned in college and in the Air Force training. Age is 6 months training. You know, a cop, it's like, what, 2 weeks? Fucking give them a gun, shoot, kill, duh, you know. Then they get out and they go back home and they get to make freaking $83,000 a year with all the perks and benefits to go back and remember who all pissed them off, you know, in high school, all the way back from high school, because that's what mental midgets do. Everybody has an opportunity to step into their power and realize their full potential. And if you read a book, I read a lot more when I was younger. I don't read as much anymore. I don't have the attention span. I'll get to the point where I'll go back to reading, but I read plenty of books, and all the books that I read, I'm talking like 11, 12, 13 years old, 14 years old, were books like What Color's Your Parachute? And Seed of the Soul. And then I have my brother's influence, The Richest Man in Babylon, and Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and all this money shit. And I'm just like, every time I read this money, it's like, I get the principles of it, but you always have ego, and ego always takes over, and then freaking you have fucking creepy weird dudes freaking taking kids because, you know, because they have small parts themselves, and if they go for smaller people, then maybe it'll make them feel like bigger men. That's why they do this shit, man. It's fucking disgusting. For chasing sensations. I started watching that Epstein that on Netflix. Incidentally, the producer, or the people that made that, Third Eye Productions. Yeah, I went down that little rabbit hole last night. Anyway, I was watching that last night. I'm like, oh yeah, they all talk the same. Oh yeah, they all talk the same. They all wear the same perfume. They all, you dress to the nines. They all have the same history. They all have the same background. At some point there's abuse in their storyline. They just went to the creepy side because, you know, we all have free will. Everybody knows the difference in right and wrong, and every fucking buddy on this planet knows you don't do sexual acts with. You know? And I think about all the people that have kids that had kids in their 20s that weren't even mature enough. You have no fucking, you don't even, my mother and father had no business having fucking kids when me and my, it's amazing I didn't die. And I almost did several times. Drowning, touching electric fit, just doing shit to try to figure it out because my spirit remembered how free it was before I incarnated, and then I'm in this body, and then I'm limited. You know, and I used to be a masculine in past lives, and I was a dick to women, and I'm for sure I was a Viking and did all those terrible things that had happened to me in this incarnation because that's how karma works. See? Because I was a shit in my past life. Shitty things happened to me. Can't have the victim mentality with that. And you know how many people in my life, even my own brother included, he's a Virgo. We ain't in alignment. You always sound like such a victim, Marge. And you know what that tells me? He feels like a victim. When people tell you how they say that you are, because I don't go around telling people, oh, you're this and you're that, you're this, because I'm not in them. I don't know. I feel their energy, and most of the time people lie about freaking how they act and or what they think and feel anyway. You know? And people put too much pressure on freaking genders and stuff. And male and female, you know? And what they need to focus on is becoming energetically balanced. Energetically androgynous. What the fuck is a tomboy? What the fuck is a sissy boy? What is it, you know? Sissy is a freaking a boy who has more feminine energy. And if you look at the placements in their chart, it makes all sense. Because, like, Cancer has more feminine energy than, let's say, Aries. And I'm Aries sun. And that's what I did is I came in with my little bulldozer as a freaking huge man spirit into a little... So ultimately what happened to me is I was a freaking angry dyke with the short man's complex. You know? That's how I acted, because I was just mad at everything, because I was short. And now I'm even shorter than I was, because I freaking lost inches in my spine, because I worked too hard, because I always had something to prove. That's what people don't realize, man. Our bodies are way more fragile. So all this shit that people get paid their millions of dollars and shit and all that stuff, weird shit you put your body through, ugh. But our bodies are changing from carbon-based to crystalline, so people's diets are changing. You know, I crave asparagus and Brussels sprouts and zucchini with some Parmesan, stuff like that, you know. Freaking, like, processed food. See, I'm an empath. I could really put myself into the gag reflex zone for sure. I gotta be careful about that. And all of us are. All of us are just a big old wide, broad spectrum. Think about how many of the aspects of yourself exist in hiding because somebody you know has or does ridicule the behavior. Yep. You know what I like to do? The transgender folks, the lovely ladies, you know, the guys that figure it out late in their life, you know. People just see them as a man in a dress. Well, hello, beautiful lady. Because that's how they see them. And if you just look at the connection that they make when they see that somebody sees them for how they see themselves, that is the greatest fucking gift you can give to another human being, is the connection that comes from heart and spirit. Yep. But how many of the psychopaths and the narcissists and all those know how important and sweet that connection is and say, fuck you, I won't allow it? Nope. There's a video I saw, triggered me highly because when I was a little girl, you know, and it was a little baby that it was like the mom and the baby are interacting, and then they have the kid do the same thing, only have the mom not react and be stone cold face. And it's a matter of like a few seconds, the kid is in a tinsy, and the mom is just like, you know, wants to comfort the baby, you know, but this is for the good of the experiment, you know. And then finally she's like, no, it's okay, you know. And it's just like, you toy with people. Look at all the industry of psychology. You toy with people. So people without emotions stoically watch people suffer. And a lot of them get their fucking rocks off for it, you know. Who's monitoring them, you know? So all this creepy shit is coming out because I hated pap smears and stuff like that, because you know when people are doing freaking weird shit, but you're a kid, so you can't freaking, you know, you can't speak out against the adults, and the adults are the freaking creepy ones that are, you know, they prey on it, and they count on it, you know? Ask old BC. And BG. Yeah, his story hasn't been told yet, BG. Yeah, I can't wait till that one comes out. They all flew around. They all flew out around on the Leota. They're all fucking perverts and freaking twisted, and the more they tell you they're a great guy, the quicker they go. They're small. Cowards. Yep, the biggest scary guys are always the cowards. Let's see what's going on in the talkie room. Yeah, rainbow. Absolutely, we're taking. See, that's the thing is Turtle Island had a heart space of what it was supposed to be, and it's gonna happen. It just got thwarted for a while. It just got, you know, taken off its track. But with these paradigms of control and things, and it's coming back. It's all coming back. It's gonna be a free. People are gonna be free. People of this earth will be free, because thy will, not mine, be done, you know, because it's in the astrology, and people have a chance to, you know, we're seeing the death of an old way, you know, all those years, all the freaking, what did the women of the witches of the Salem witch trials, what did they do? They healed people with plant medicine, you know. You know, maybe use some frog ups, and then it's the colonists that it's like, oh, they took all their magic books and stuff, and it's like, oh, there's the dark part in here. Let's benefit from this, you know. And they created this whole nasty society. It's all in there. Masonic ritual. It's all see, because you have the spirit people that believe you don't get to fuck with free will. And then you have the narcissist psychopaths that don't give a fuck. All they care about is power, and that gives them some sort of a chasing sensation kind of feels. So they're just, you know, they're trying to get to the good stuff, but they're too lazy and not really smart. So they have to take the shortcut by freaking, you know, doing the horrific things. And with all the chrome stuff, with the Peter Pan juice and stuff, how, you know, I remember Temple Grandin watching her movie, and how, you know, what she wanted to do is, because she, like, I don't know why, it's like, why not stop the cow industry, but she wanted to make the cows feel better about things before they went off to slaughter. But see, that's the thing, is there's the people that have the knowledge and the belief system that if an animal is scared, it's going to make the meat taste better when it dies. So, you know, so that's the perfect. Minnie knows, because he's like having a dream, and he's kind of growling right now. So that air, so the twisted, nasty, I mean, there's always reports about how the farmhands are, because they go work there so they can be mean to things on purpose, because they feel bad about themselves. It's fucking Psych 101, man. And you can have all the public relations and all the marketing and all the newspapers that try to set up a storyline, but fucking energy doesn't lie, and people aren't stupid. So all that shit is just like, people are like, man, it's just more fucking bullshit money wasted on some nonsense, you know, when we could really, you know, be putting things towards helping the whole world. But you know, we're not there yet. We're still not at the point where money is less important than people. And maybe I'll see it in my life, maybe I won't. we'll see. The story unfolds. But anyway, that's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.